We're here. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's Satisfactory Day. Hope you're all doing well. I see we've got Squid coming in with check-in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We are turning up our volume because things are quiet for me. This is gonna need so much work at some point. Yes, we are 8 days in without incident. We're doing great so far. Yeah, we're totally gonna meet that 36-day mark again. Yes, so last time we completed phase 2. We're on phase 3. And we've got some new tier unlocks. And we have some of the most important tier unlocks right here. Which is gonna be oil power. And it's gonna take 3 steps. But we actually might have quite a bit of this. Oh, we're waiting for a pod to return. We got 25 seconds left. It's coming back. There it is. The nice aurora in the background. Welcome back, pod. Let's get some stuff loaded up. And sent off. And we got Acorn popping in with a check-in.
Milestone reached.
Welcome
Crude
in.
oil
Good to see you.
can now
Hope
be
you're doing well.
extracted and refined
Oil.
to produce various industrially beneficial parts. The byproducts of these processes will require careful management, but a capable
Thank you
pioneer
for that,
such as
Acorn.
yourself surely understands that. To improve efficiency, pipelines can now be optimized with valves to limit and balance their throughput. These were initially left out because Fixit did not want to overwhelm pioneers with complex pipeline management, but they have since been re-added after my impassioned defense of your capabilities.
Thanks, Ada. So we might actually have everything we need for this. Yep. There's 200 plastic. Ooh, uh-oh. Do we not have any rubber? Might be in trouble if we don't have any rubber. $199 pieces of rubber with a requirement of 200. That is rough. I don't have doggos. That's an easy answer. I didn't because I have none. Oh, we need more motors than that. I can't believe I cannot believe I'm abusing chat for not having doggos to pet. Okay. That's a shame. Sorry, chat. Yeah, that's right. We have boombox. I don't suppose I can scan for hard drives, can I? We need this stuff. It's... No, I should just make it. I should just make it. That's how this works. We just make these things. If only I had some type of helpful companion that would just randomly drop things like plastic and rubber every time I went to visit them. Well, nothing can be done about it. We're gonna have to just go make it. Oh well. Cat! Welcome in, Raiders. It's good to see ya. Hope you all are doing well. Thank you for the raid, Cat. It's just over there. Possum peeps or bananas, we come to jam with you all. If you need to raid and run, please, by all means, I encourage you, please go take care of yourself. If you have a moment, I'd love for you to talk a little bit about what you're up to. I was there, so I kind of know already, but by all means, take a moment to plug yourself here. Let's see, who do we have? We've got Carrot coming in with the raid. We've got Lotus coming in with the raid. We've got Black Clad. Welcome in, everybody. So good to see y'all. And we have to make sure, of course.
She's been really good about putting herself in this position where I can't hit her. No!
How dare I not say that we're streaming? I'm not gonna just jump on somebody else's stream and just be like, okay, bye everybody, I'm going to go stream now. That's rude. Just spent the day playing a few random games that were on my list, some demos and whatnot, mostly gore and spoopy stuff. Yeah, I saw you had a demo for Baptiste. That looked interesting. I didn't catch what the name of that pill game was, but it looked like it was effectively just like, high-stakes gambling. Winner of the day is Baptiste and Side Effects. Was that the pill game? Yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, spider. It says I didn't even get any Discord notifications. If you did want a Discord notification, I do have a Discord now. You are welcome to hop in there. If you'd like to keep in touch offline, if you'd like to get pinged for Go Live notifications. I am not always the best at posting my Go Live notifications. I get them consistently over the weekends, but I tend to forget on the weekday streams. But Firebot will auto-post there regardless of whether or not I remember. Ow. Don't mind the spiders. They're fine. This is fine. Look, they're gone now, see? We are looking for oil right now. This is what we've got going on now. Yes, so didn't like the Who's at the Door cat. That was the last thing that we were seeing, right? I wasn't sure if that was leading somewhere spooky, but that's about where I popped out. Alright, so this is where we're going right now. This is where we're going to start setting up oil production. Just a little while, need to cook on that one a little bit more. Yeah. Cat has a puppy? We're doing oil. We'll do puppies later. Promise not to forget. Definitely not gonna forget about that. SATISFACTOry. We got it. There's my, pro aiming skills. Okay, yep, there we go. Oh. Got enough worlds at different levels of progress going that I keep forgetting I have an easy button for these guys. Yeah, that is the, turbo base. The crabs can't handle it. Oh, hi, buddy. There we go, we pet the dog. Okay. See, I didn't forget. Yep, that is 100% a very important feature of the boombox. But it has to be on when you do that. So you'll want tapes that you actually enjoy listening to. Okay, this is not going to be anything fancy. There's going to be absolutely no real effort put into this. The entire goal of this is to produce plastic and rubber. That's all we need out of this right now. So, we need refineries. Logistics. We need to destroy these and build them facing the correct direction. Welcome in, Ferdy. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. You don't need to make me produce rubber. I'm already working on producing rubber. We're putting the refineries down now. There it goes. Yep. Thanks, Ferdy. Glasses off. What do we got? 148? Barely even started already. We got glasses off stream. 158. 203. I'm allowed to put those back on. So, hang on. What are we using? 30 per minute. And 30 per minute for both of those. One of these produces 20 rubber, the other one produces 20 plastic. Okay, so we don't really need 3. We'll stick with 2. And we'll drop this. Actually, we'll do this one. Thank you. No, that doesn't make any sense. In fact, I don't think we're going to do outputs on these at all. I think we're just going to collect directly out of the thing. We're going to sit here and wait for it. And the reason we don't manually craft these at a workbench is because we are now dealing with fluids. And that is not a feature of fluids. Whatever, it's all temporary. So one of these will do rubber, the other one will do plastic. Both producing 20 per minute. We're getting... Oops. There we go. Both taking in 30 per minute. And producing a total of 30 heavy oil residue per minute, which we are going to take and turn into petroleum coke. Do 90 so that we've got that 30 per minute production rate. And the last piece is just going to be to sink that. Okay, so that's it. Just dropping stuff down for the sake of we need it. Be straight? Yep. And this is consuming 160 megawatts of power. That is a lot of power. I don't suppose I am one summer sloop short of the alien power augmenter. Let's see if there's one nearby. It's fine. Listen, I put it there. That's not there by default. That's not just like Twitch put that there for me and I forgot about it. You have to put those ones there on purpose. So we just need one summer sloop. I don't suppose I ever unlocked... Now I did. Looking at my green hands like, what have I become? This is a buildable that's really overdue. I've been needing this for a while. Yeah, the jetpack is a fantastic upgrade, I gotta say. Rude. Squid, I will have you know I have never been homicidal towards you once. I would never. Yep, exactly. I'm quite sure. Yeah, exactly. Ferdy, you get me. That was not homicidal. That was a prank. Did you die? You were fine. Alright, the reason we want one of these is because these produce 500 megawatts of power, just as they are. Just for free. No resources needed, just 500 megawatts of power. I'm apparently being volunteered to become a shoulder owl in the fantasy world. We have so many tickets. Fantastic. I have never been homicidal. Nope, it's never happened before. I have been responsible for exactly 0% of your deaths, Squid. Yeah, and then you landed nice and safely. You took no fall damage from that, I'll have you know. Are these really our last unlocks? We can start doing customizations. Alright, let's get some copper paint. Beautiful. Alright, what do we got? We've got 28 plastic, 30 rubber, okay, so we'll head back to the unlock. By the time we return here, what transportation do I have unlocked? I've got an explorer. Freddy says, you sound like you'd be dropping the best wisdom at the worst time. Just in the middle of combat, you're like, well, see, the thing about that is, and proceed to explain, drop wisdom while I fight for my life, and I'm here for it. That's not a terrible assessment. I have been known to do something like that from time to time. Alright, let's see. How do we get out of here? I had a cat this whole time? What cat do I have? What? Car. Listen, sometimes I forget the car is there. And then I realize that we're live, and we have limited time, and we can't take our time on these things, and we don't have to. We can, I suppose, but... yeah, we want to make progress today. It occurs to me I probably could have set up some dimensional depots for the plastic and rubber to upload to, so we don't have to go all the way back. Whoops. It's just drive-by petting. You know, we're being friendly. It's fine. See? He gets back up. We'll drive by pet the spiders, too. The little ones are orange. Okay, here we go. We have... hang on. We're getting there. There we go.
Milestone reached. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that the fuel-powered generator, as well as the industrial fluid buffer, are now available. Due to a lack of gold in your sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer, but don't tell the others I said that, it would be bad for morale.
Thanks, Ada, but also I am currently your only pioneer. those, and now we just need plastic. We'll go this way. See, drive-by pets. They love it. Look at them jump for joy. It's fine. It's a shortcut. Favorite feature of this thing? Almost there. Wonder what ma'am do we need to unlock? Not worried about that. That's not gonna gain me anything just now. Actually, wait, what is that? Oh, that lets us scan for those. Okay, that is an unlock. Good to know. But yeah, that's late game. Not much I can do with that for a while. And then we've just got these Mercer Sphere unlocks. Those, we're gonna worry about those later. Geothermal might be nice in a few scenarios. It would have been viable here in place of the alien power augmenter to power this whole thing here. Quick question, Jackie. Do you plan on doing like PNG stuff at all? Do you mean like PNG tubing, or are you referring to something else? Like the early stage VTuber stuff? Programmable splitter is something that wouldn't be terrible to work on, but not a significant priority just now. No strict plans just now. I do prefer to be primarily face cam as far as streaming, but I know like when I'm on other people's streams and we're using reactive, it'd be nice to have something a little bit more than just a bouncing owl. Merger, radar tech. Radar tech would be nice, but also, once again, not a major priority. This, on the other hand, we would love to have this as soon as possible. And how many crystal oscillators do we have on hand? 24. But we could actually craft quite a bit more than that. So all the ingredients are automated at this point. I think your mascot or icon is cool, so I was curious. Yeah. And, you know, of course, it's gonna be the basis for all the emotes and everything. It would be cool to have, like, more animation stuff with it. Overlays, the reactive avatar, but I never really intended it for it to be, like, a full, replacement for just, like, having my face on screen. There were some design elements that I was kind of hoping to incorporate in it, to kind of correlate it with my image, and I think Wandering did a good job with that, between the details with the glasses, the base expression that we're working with, I feel like works pretty well, as well as at the last minute, he added a bit of detail, that little white patch at the bottom, which I think kind of mimics my facial hair pretty well, without necessarily, like, strictly obviously being the facial hair if I were to ever shave it off or anything like that, so yeah. Yeah, I do want to do more with it. I would like to bring more of a character out of it. Also, I'm allowed to put my glasses back on, and I would really appreciate having them on now. Scannable hard drives are going to be really nice. I can see again. I don't have to squint to read chat anymore. Yeah, it's not high on the priority list, but the next thing that I want to work on with my avatar is getting a full-body character reference sheet, which isn't a service that Wandering is currently offering. So I've been kind of like poking around just a bit to see if there's another style that I think matches where I want to go with it. Hoping to, you know, stay within the community of streamer artists for that. But I think there's also, I need to sit and cook for a bit on where I want to go with that. So I don't think I have any, like, solid ideas that I can put together reference material for. Okay. So we just need the motors. Still in ports. There we go. Alright, scannable hard drives is huge. We're gonna love having this.
Object scanner magnetic sensitivity increased. It can now detect the signal of any hard drives at crash sites in your region.
Especially for this. So we're actually going to skip that first tier of fuel production for automation and go straight to turbo fuel. That's the goal anyway. Yeah, no timelines for it though just yet. And I do expect it to be quite a while. Just because I've got so many other priorities to worry about. And of course, those things do get expensive. Alright, we're going to leave this producing as is for the moment. Where did I park my truck? Is it over here? Thanks, Freddy. think it's over here, right? The blue crater can be such a pain to remember how to navigate. I think there was something up there I left behind. Let's see what it is. Usually very good at deleting those blocks. They're still here. I think it's because I still needed them. It is so good to have the jetpack back. It's not there. Is it nothing? It's nothing. I see. I couldn't see it to delete it. How did I leave this one, though? Alright, back to base. Don't worry, I don't drive like this in real life. Done with that. And we're ready.
Milestone reached. Avoid the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets only for them to spread across your suit. Package and unpackage them with the packager. Packaging fluids allows them to be transported in your inventory, on conveyor belts, and by vehicles. For increased, non-pocket related fluid storage, you can now use the industrial fluid buffer.
Alright, so this is going to be another big upgrade for us, but we're going to focus on oil power before we come back to this. That will let us finish producing the SAM fluctuators that we've got over there. That's the missing component. So what else are we looking for? We need... We've already got that on our to-do list. And we have both hard drives already, so we just need the sulfur and the coal. I believe the miners are actually already down for those. In fact, we still have the sulfur in our inventory. So we can just go run and grab that coal. don't remember if we're actually able to craft the compacted coal through a workbench or... We'll find out. Hard drives up there, right here. So we've got sulfur. We'll unlock this.
Compacted coal unlocked. It is physically smaller and more powerful, but its carbon footprint remains enormous. This fuel upgrade can be used in coal-powered generators and vehicles.
So that's a no. We need an assembler for compacted coal. And we got Falcon coming in. Welcome in, JJ. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We don't have to do that anymore. We have this whole thing set up for ourselves, so we don't have to do that anymore. It's going well. We just finished up unlocking oil power. So now we just need to start working on it. Drop one of these here. And we'll drop some of this in here. We'll let that work. And now we need to go back to that oil factory, that little one that we just set up. And we need to get it to start producing packaged fuel. JJ currently trying to make oil power, just a little bit farther ahead. Where am I going? I'm going this way. I'm going the wrong way. I really should bring a full power connection out there. Yep. Faster check. And a stretch. Thank you for the stretch. And the hydrate. There it is. Empty bottle there. Gotta make sure we don't miss our drive-by pets. We don't want the hogs to feel left out, you know? It'd be a shame. Nah, not quite. There's nothing that can hurt us while we're in the vehicle, so not a whole lot that's gonna make me jumpy. At least as far as game sounds. I suppose there's always the fuse blowing, but I'm feeling pretty confident that that's stable. Saw that one coming. Yeah, so there's really two places that are good for starting your fuel factories. The Blue Crater is fantastic as far as being rich in resources. A lot of different things that you can build here. So I want to start turbo fuel over here. And I'm thinking that, turbo fuel? So if we bring out the MAM, and we check our sulfur research, we have turbo fuel unlocked right here. And this, you get a lot more... Oh, you're not familiar with the, alien power augmenter. So this is from the alien tech research tree. This produces 500 megawatts of power on its own. And you see we have a 10% circuit boost for the entire system. So we're getting 550 out of it at the moment. If we were to connect it to our main power line, it would produce 500 and then add 10% of the full power to that. So right now we're doing 4,800, so it would add an additional 480 megawatts without having to sink any resources or anything like that. You just build one and add it, and you can keep building them for as many summer sleeps as you have. It'll take 10 summer sleeps to build. I don't know why I just deleted that. That's not at all what I meant to do. We'll go. Oh, we're just not getting any more heavy oil residue. It's alright, we need to change this recipe anyway. 45 produces 30 per minute. We need 2/3 of that, so we want 20 per minute to produce from 30 per minute, because that's what we're getting out of these. Hey, Kimmy, welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And now we need the packager. And we're going to want a constructor right here. There it is. This, we're going to take 30 plastic per minute to make 60 empty canisters per minute. We are currently getting too much plastic. Not gonna make a whole lot of effort to make this pretty. This is just for the sake of getting the task done. We will demolish this once we have all our unlocks, so we can start producing, we can start building the real factory. And we'll just drop all that in there. Put the awesome sink back. Yeah, this is a good tape. This is from the boombox. We do get a tape selection. And this one is just absolute fix-it. And we now have all of them unlocked. Except for the ones that have to be found around the world. I think I might have found one of them. I think there are others to find as well. Yeah, Worst of Goat Simulator. If you needed a reminder that Coffee Stain Studios is in fact the studio that developed and produced Goat Simulator. Ah, yes, we have to tell it what to package. Right. Bring this down to 40 per minute. afterwards, working at perfect efficiency. And what the heck. Weekend's going well, Kimmy. Been doing better with my sleeping schedule lately, and feeling better as a result. Thought I had messed it up yesterday, but it seems like for once, I can actually get a positive out of the daylight savings change. Drive-by pets. Yeah, it is, isn't it? You know, maybe there's something to that about that thing that people keep saying that, you know, getting a good night's rest is good for you. Next thing you know, I might be, like, eating better and finding myself feeling even better. Whatever that is, I'm glad you ran it over. No, it's a drive-by pet, Freddy. It's fine. You're good, Ferdy. That's mostly just to keep the on-screen chat clean. So I'll still read it out loud and just keep things censored for the sake of the VOD. My weekend VODs, they get posted to YouTube, so I try to, not super strict on it, like there's some stuff that's gonna get through just because Twitch's auto-mod is not the kind, doesn't have the right filtering settings that I'd like it to have. But yeah, I don't mind it. It just means that it's not going to be visible to everybody. Nobody's going to know what you said until I read it out loud. What am I doing? Compacted coal. And then we need the packaged fuel. That easy.
Turbo fuel unlocked. This upgrade to regular fuel is optimal for fuel-powered generators, jetpacks, and fulfilling long-distance trucker fantasies.
Alright, I've got an ad starting up in about a minute, so I'm just gonna hop in the hub. We'll do some manual crafting, and then start up the break. So, as usual, we will be running a 3-minute ad break. We're starting a little bit before the ads run. I encourage you to take this opportunity to stand up, stretch, refresh your beverage, take a bio break, whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in a few minutes. See you then. And we're back. Hope y'all had a good break. Kimmy says, just realized the anvil hammering sound must be Creative Commons. It's used in Valheim too. It may not be, Kimmy. Coffee Stain Studio was the publisher for Valheim. So it might just be that they happen to have the licensing. They might own the sound. They weren't the developer, they just published. So I'm not sure quite how that would end up working with the licensing. But yeah, that's not coincidence. Okay, what are we working on? Does anybody remember? We have regular fuel now. I'm gonna pin that. And we're gonna make a change here, which is the default fuel for the... There we go. And no. We don't run things over. We've just got the drive-by pets. Thanks, Ferdy. Yeah, being in the vehicle is kind of cheese because nothing can hurt you while you're in the vehicle. You could be in a fart cloud, you could be right next to a uranium node. You don't take any damage. I do hope they fix that at some point, as much as I take advantage of it. I feel like there should be some more consequences. Makes the game feel a little too easy. Especially doesn't make sense considering how open the tractor and the buggy are. Explorer. Is this intentional that nothing hurts you? I imagine... You know, I don't know that I would actually have the answer for that. I think I could only guess on that one. We need 9. Go there. Into the ground the whole way around. Get out of there. I'm building there. Rude. Oh, hi. There's a few of these guys. They're easier to see on the platform. This is still not wired too long. Make sure I find a spot where I think that'll be good. Bring this out a little bit. There we go. And when we unlock the bigger blueprint thing, we can set this up so that these are part of the platforms. We don't have to place them in twos anymore. I think we're clipping. We are clipping. We can't use that spot. Get out of there. Thank you. You're in the way, right? There we go. I haven't played Subnautica. It was recommended to me. That's better. No clipping there. Music has similar vibes. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, the friend that actually got me into Satisfactory is the one that recommended Subnautica to me. That still looks good for the purpose of the zip line. Something I'm trying to be very conscious of as I do this is the fact that we are going to be using these for transportation as well. Ow. Rude. Oh, 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 that's the big yellow one. They do a lot of damage with those charged attacks. You do not want to get hit by it twice. I don't have... I do still have coal and sulfur on me. Oh, no, that's all done here. Yeah, I need some nobelisks. You need a lot more of those. If we set this up right, we'll actually be producing them. At this factory that we're gonna start working on today. This one I do not expect to get done in one stream. This is gonna be a bit more of an ambitious project with multiple resources being produced. Unless, of course, I completely lose track of time. Which is not something I would ever do. Never. That's a little yellow one. Oh, it's a couple little yellow ones. Compacted coal is just sulfur and coal. It has to be done with a machine because it's an alternate recipe. And you unlock that recipe from the MAM instead of from hard drives like the rest of the alternate recipes. Take this one all the way out there. Nice. We're fine. It's relatively early for me, Kimmy. I start at 1:30 my time, so I could go for a full 8 hours without disrupting the schedule. I shouldn't. But I've got plenty of room to work with compared to my normal 3-hour stream. I've had my days. I have had my days. Where I felt like I just wanted to keep streaming for the rest of the day, but I keep having to remind myself that as much as I enjoy this, streaming is work. And you can burn yourself out, and you can exhaust yourself with work. Very easily. And I have a tendency to get too caught up in some project or another, even my actual full-time job, where I don't realize I'm pushing myself into burnout. So I do have to occasionally remind myself to pace myself with this. It's gonna be where we bring this. Alright. And now we're connected. See, there's that 480 megawatts spike right there. A little more than that because it adds an additional 500. So that is 5,300 plus 530. 5830. Okay, now as far as the factory goes, we've got a few oil nodes to work with here. And we're primarily going to be looking at these pure nodes. Probably work with the normals as well as the impure, to get the whole thing together. This can wind up being a very, very ambitious factory. I think I do want to make a point to get everything transported in. Although I'm realizing there's an issue here, which is I don't have the Mark II pipes set up. So I might be regretting having just dismantled all of that. Let's head back. Let's set that up as our next milestone. That's going to be the priority. 300 plastic. I think I need more than that. 500 plastic. I think that's enough. Hopefully I don't need too much rubber. Zip lines make this so much easier. This is why we have to worry about that cable clipping. That was in the way. Y'all might be noticing that I don't just hold the spacebar and just spam the fuel. You can get a lot more out of it because you get some additional lift each time you push before you start falling, so you can get more distance by just tapping it as you start to fall. I want this. This is what I want. Aha, we don't have enough plastic, and we need heavy modular frames, and we need rubber. Can we make heavy modular frames yet? Or do we need... We need this unlocked first. I don't think I can get those back. I can't get those back. Alright. Well, that's gonna be a thing. We can work with the Mark I pipes. So JJ, if you start working with rocket fuel and eventually, what's the other one? It's the next tier, ionized fuel. If you start working with those, you can get, it is so much work. This is the point where the scaling of the factory starts to become too big for like one stream. You're no longer working with these little modular pieces anymore. But that power upgrade is going to become very important very quickly. One trick, I can spell it right. One trick with these is when you have a power production facility, you can overclock it without any consequence. That's the word I'm looking for. You can overclock it without consequence. It will just double your power output for double the fuel consumption, up to 250% of each. It doesn't have that exponential consequence that you get with production facilities. So that farming power shards is a great way to improve on that. Alright, so what we're going to end up doing here, we're going to be building on this lake here. Grab this slug over here real quick. Gonna have a friend. Food. Gonna have a couple friends. Ooh, not a rebar. Nope, it saw me. There we go. All right. So to start off, the height we're going to work with here. I think that's a decent enough spot. Yep, we've got a pure one, and I believe this is a normal one right here. Yep. We've got a normal and an impure over there, and then up in that little nook is going to be 2 more pure ones. So quite a few to work with. This one we're going to nut into place. I think we'll go down just the 2. Oh. So this is just going to be our pipeline travel. On there as well. No, we don't need that one actually. There it goes. Alright, we got invalid placement, which means something. Yep, there it is. We're going to overhang this purposefully. Before I do that... to go backward. Go all the way. Nope. Alright. Better sight. There we go. Alright. And what we're doing there is just setting up for this. Just a nice simple way to make it look supported. I think we'll do... It's gonna be for the sake of alignment. Oh. Straight on the ground. We'll add another snap point for it. Real snap, but it'll at least get us aligned in the right way. And we'll get the curve. There we go. As usual, we'll turn these into asphalt. Now, by default, these are going to pull 240 per minute from the pure nodes, and 120 per minute from the normal nodes. So this is already more than this pipeline can handle. What we would be able to do with power shards, pull those out. Let's bring this all the way up to 600, which is the maximum allowable for the Mark II pipes. So this one will exhaust a pipe. So where I have a junction here, I am now deciding I am changing my mind. And we're gonna have these stacked. Set this to 300. It's going to be 125%. This one can actually be fully overclocked. That will also be 300. But when we do the infrastructure, we'll prepare it for one of these to be bringing in 600 per minute. If I do this right, this will be the first factory that starts to show the idea that I've got in mind of, like, a biome becomes a singular mega factory for many things to come in. We want flow rate indicators on them. Come up here, and we're gonna grab these couple that... This isn't the cave. A couple spiders, nothing to worry about. Gonna be this one up here. Oh, and there are gonna be more spiders in here. Thing. Maybe not. up with this. Found a purple power slug and a hatcherness floating in the sky. So I believe... I'm guessing you're over here. That way. I believe what you're finding, JJ, is these giant mushrooms here. You can blow these up with nobelisks. And if they happen to have something on top of them, whatever was up there is now just going to be free floating because the surface it was sitting on is gone. So if you miss that you blew up one of those, you might have something floating in the sky that you're not sure where it came from. And they will continue to respawn there as well. Okay, I think I will keep this level. There. Okay. I was gonna end up bringing a few pipelines together. Now these types of runs, this is what I try to avoid by getting the trucks together. Which I suppose if I had enough of the fluid storage containers, we could use some vehicle transport. When 1.2 comes out, they've already teased that they're going to have some fluid transport on the vehicles, on the trucks. Those would be very nice. Set in the next spot. Let's see. It's not. There we go. These two are not stacked. And that's because they're going to accommodate two more stacked on top of them. And it's going to end up looking nicer this way. That's not right. I think instead instead of doing that, I'm gonna use curve. Have that wrap. Yeah, there we go. That looks great. That doesn't. We're gonna do a trick here. Do auto. Now I'm going to delete these. You can just connect these pipes up there. And we'll get the full length run. Still 2 pipes, but as far as we can see, looks fine. That is not straight. Okay. Now we have to link these up so that the angle that we have on that attaches neatly to the angle that we have on this. Okay, we're gonna do that. Here's with some nudges. There we go. a way to get gentle curves. This one might just... Oh, no, we're going the wrong way. It's shifting the other way. Nope, that's just perfectly straight. There we go. I believe that's it. Okay, we can work with this. Hang on. One at a time. Just gonna shift the height of this just the tiniest bit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the way to get these square foundations start to kind of shift into curves, it's a finicky process. And I'm really, really hoping... I know it's not coming with the next update, but I'm really hoping that one of these updates, we get something that makes that a lot smoother, a lot nicer. Kind. So bring these over here like this. Couple more oil extractors here. Oops, that is the wrong kind of logistics. That's conveyor belts. There we go. Now, what hotkey I think I have that's gonna do that for me. Noodle. decide we don't like it. Still not what we like. Maybe we should just start with this. Yeah? Till we find the spot we actually appreciate. There we go. There we go. That's better. How's that? That we can do. Okay. I'll work with that. I don't love that. We'll start with this and see what shape comes out the best. That is clipping into the other pipe. Going longer is actually looking better to me. There we go. Alright, so did we overclock these? Let's go check. Yes, 300. 300. Here. This was normal, right? Has to be. Normal. We got an ad starting up soon. This goes up to 150. At this point it starts curving. And make sure we're working from the right reference block there. And at this point it stops curving. down, that's auto, and we'll go back to curve here. Alright. Got an ad starting soon, so I'm going to switch over to the brake screen. We'll manually craft something. Work on these. Alright, and I'll see y'all in a few minutes. And we're back from the ads. Welcome back, everybody. Alright, so we've started off where you've got all of the oil getting piped in. What are we actually going to use it for? So let's take a look at the numbers that we're working with here. This is every oil node that we've got around here. You can verify that by doing a quick scan, and we'll see all of them are now checkmarked. So we have 600 plus two 600s over there, but they're all down to 300 at the moment. We're going to set this up as if we're prepared for 600 so we can just ramp up production by upgrading the pipes and changing the overclock settings. Those are very far away. Here. It's not anything we're going to be working with soon. They're in the red jungle, I think. Yeah, so we've got three 600s. That's going to be 1,800 per minute. Plus two 300s. That's going to be 2,400. And then we've got our 150, 2550 fuel. So that's quite a bit that we're working with here. We are going to have a point where we can merge the two normal lines into a singular... in fact, yeah, I'm going to change that to 150. We'll leave the power shards in these, just so that they're ready for us. We know what we're going to actually use. What we're doing here is we're setting ourselves up so we can just do the junction of the two of them together without bottlenecking our current factory. So this one we'll leave at 150. Because we're going to do something else with it. I want to keep the numbers pretty even with these. Those are already... Right, but I still want to put the power shards in them. And I don't have renewable power shards, so I'm not going to overclock the actual fuel power generators. Yeah, this is the impure, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna take any other color for these. Maybe change it back later. Yeah, spider's not one of them, Jess. It's not called a spider in game. No worries, it auto-refunds your points when you get one of them that's not real. Welcome in, good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. I don't like that. Let's see... Grab these. That stream put you to sleep. I don't know how you were sleeping through the spooks. There we go. Bring this all the way over. Okay, I went too far with that. Ah, that's right. These are not perfectly aligned. Ugh. Into the water. Okay, here we go. Back over. There we go. Did that not do curve? On curve. Apparently Noodle's better for that. Okay. Good to know. Color coded separately so we know what we're working with there. I'm not sure quite what we're planning there yet. Just want to be able to connect them. Alright, let's take a look at the codex. Let's look at the line that we're working with here. So, turbo fuel. We currently get 5 turbo fuel from 4 petroleum, or 4 compacted coal and 6 fuel. You can also get it from unpackaging turbo fuel. That's not going to be part of this. Now, our best recipe here is going to be the residual fuel. At some point, we could do diluted fuel. I don't have that alternate recipe unlocked at this point. So that takes 6 heavy oil residue and turns it into 4 fuel. Let's look at that again. That is then 6 to 5. So if we have 2,400, or what we're working with now is 1,200. Divide by 6, that's going to be 400 apiece, and then multiply by 4. So that'll be 1,600 that we get out of 2,400. So we take 1,600, divide by 6, multiply by 5. $1,333.3. That is not a pretty number. I don't know, y'all. I don't know about this. This might be a little too ambitious for this stage of the game. The more I look at this, the less I like it. I think I'm going to scale this back. We're going to work with the impure node over here and set that up as its own factory, and then we'll come back to the rest of those for turbo fuel. So we won't skip the regular fuel. We will work with this first. No, we just spent a lot of time on this. I think we're gonna leave that as is. I think I'm gonna actually bring that out this way when we get there, so this is all gonna be demolished for this purpose. Because I'm just not loving where it's going, so. Did I not turn any of these into the 1 meter foundation? I see. That's right. All right. I think I want that to be a wall. We need logistics. Wall hole. Full 10. Make that 9. Make that 10. That does take us all the way out here. This is only doing 150. I think this scale is not going to be what we're looking for. But it's also not going to be a power source. We're not doing fuel power generators on this. Oops. What to do there? It's definitely way bigger than I mean it to be. Alright, yeah. That's taking us where we want. Now we've got 150 we're working with. Let's get these refineries set up. See what we actually need for them. Now we could do these, or we could do the fuel right away. This takes in 60 per minute to produce 40 per minute. This is our best rate for the fuel itself. If I bring this down to, is it 35 that I want? It's 32.5 that I want, isn't it? Nope. It's an ugly number. I don't like it. So we're not going to do it. We're going to keep that at 40. We're going to work that off of 60, and what we're going to do is just not overclock this to the full 120, or 150, and we'll bring it down to 120. This can only use... two refineries like that. Go. Yeah, this is way bigger than we're going to be able to use. So we'll get regular fuel out of that. We want to send that to a packager, and we're probably going to end up having to use some of it for... power production. So I don't know that we can use the full 40 per minute here. Let me see, let's see. 30 per minute, we can do 4 of those. Also 30 per minute, we could do... Yeah, so 2 of each, producing 40 rubber per minute and 40 plastic per minute. That'll give us 10, 20, 40, 80 heavy oil residue per minute. And send 60 of that to produce fuel and 20 of that to produce petroleum coke. Yeah, I like that idea. Let's do that. Alright. Right, part of the motivation there was because we wanted that, polymer resin. Where did those come from? Do a little bit of inventory clean out here, don't we? Okay, so 10, 20, 40, 80... So we're gonna use 20 of this or 20 per minute for the canisters to package the fuel. So maybe what we do here is one of these is rubber and the other one is just the polymer resin. And we cut this down in half. So we get 15 polymer resin per second. We can sync that so we have that available, because we're going to need some of that as well. Yeah, this will be good. We can work with this. Drop that there. We'll call this residual fuel. And we're only taking in 40 per minute. I believe that's this number. Nope. There it is. There's the number. I don't like that number. Gotta be a better way to do this, right? I think it's the polymer resin. I think we have to go with... Yeah, because we can't really use the petroleum coke too much at the very start. Alright, yeah. We'll do the polymer resin to start. Alright, let's fix the logistics down here. So we can take 30 polymer resin per minute. Is that... Yep, that is. Okay. What would I advise, doing all the logistics on the main floor or do it somewhere else? So I use logistics floors. This isn't a great example, but you can see we've got the pipes here that are going to be hidden underneath this floor. You're not really going to see them up here where the buildings are. But that said, there is a trick to making it look nice, where you have all your conveyor belts and everything visible while you're here with the buildings. It really just comes down to your design preferences, and what you feel like makes sense to you as far as working out how everything is going. Spaghetti. If you're looking for the easiest for the less experienced user, just make spaghetti. Clip everything through each other, just send things where it's gonna go, where it needs to go, and don't fight with this too much. And you're gonna run into issues with your factory, and those issues are gonna kind of structure how you decide you want to organize things better. That's where you kind of come up with your own unique style for this. So in this scenario, I have an easy time bringing things down and keeping track of what's going where and where it's coming from, what it's supposed to be. Especially as you get used to color coding things, which I don't feel the need to do at this juncture. Yep, absolutely, build boxes. I don't love this rate. But you can see what I'm doing right now, you know, I keep going back and forth on the same thing over and over again. This can be what the process looks like. It's only taking me 30. We're only making 15. These are not rates that I'm happy with, especially if we're packaging some of this fuel. Alright. See, here's the back and forth again. We're going back to... back to the heavy oil residue. Dinos in oven. Making dino nuggies? I want this to be cleaner. That's where that has to be. That's where we put it. Where those end up. Gonna give me better space to work with on the other end as well. We can do better. Yep, now we can't. Well, we can, but just by doing it that way. Alright. We're going the crude oil route. We need these production rates. And one of these is just going to be the polymer resin. This is going to be making rubber, 20 per minute, 40 fuel per minute. We're going to have 20 plastic per minute. Yeah, okay. We're going to do one of these rubber and one of these plastic. And this is going to be for the sake of keeping that. So we've got 30 heavy oil residue. We're going to transform that into petroleum coke. And do 40. And take that 20 plastic and use it on this fuel right here. And that's going to be 40 per minute. Yep, okay. We have a plan. Now, if we're turning this into petroleum coke, we're taking in 40 per minute and producing 120 per minute, way more than we'll ever need for anything. And this is 40 per minute. got this. Turn it around. But these are positioned correctly. This doesn't have any. Nope. Just the liquid input. Those missed. That's better. Alright. We'll stick with curve. Doesn't like that as is, so we'll do. You want to do it that way? No. Have this here. Noodle those. And noodle that. Alright, that's all of our heavy oil residue. It's all going to the same place. I'm going to do anything else with it. I want to move this over. Have it on the end so that this middle section here we can use for storage and sink. This means this changes to another junction. Hey, congratulations on the 7-stream streak there, Acorn. You ever say something out loud, and your brain processes what you just said, and your immediate thought is, okay, there's no way I said that correctly. What did I just say? And for some reason, you remember exactly what you said, and you go back, and it's like, somehow I managed to get that out. Exactly the way I should have. 7-stream streak. Does not feel like it should be as easy to say as it is. Hey, and Jazz popping in with the 10-stream streak. Congratulations. I appreciate you both for spending as much time over here as you do. You know, we don't have to streak by in undies. You know, that's not necessary. You're more than welcome to stay like fully clothed while you're here in my screen. There, we'll see how this works out. gonna delete this. We don't want this width here. So we're a different size factory than what we just built. So we'll take our plastic, 30 per minute, produce 60 per minute. We're not doing that, we're doing 40. Taking 20, making 40. Or 40. I don't think this is gonna work. Amazingly enough, this is gonna work. I want to tighten that up. Yeah, we'll do that. And over here is polymer resin. That is just going to go down for storage out here. I think I'll put the sink in the middle here. And do the storage across the front. Production packager is the next piece. We are missing rubber. We have no rubber. I think we need rubber to make these. We don't. Well, that's gonna be a pain. Thought I had more rubber than that. Alright, well let's get the rest of this together first, and then what's gonna happen is we're just gonna boot this up early. I need the next piece of logistics here. In that direction. It's just going to produce petroleum coke. This one's also facing the right direction already. This is tier 2. Mark 2. It's producing 120 per minute. Sink. So where's the best spot for this? That might be it. Drop that right there. Double check what rate we're getting in, but we'll start with Mark 4 for that. Alright, so what are we producing here? We're producing packaged fuel, polymer resin, plastic, rubber, and petroleum coke. So we will need that many storage containers. And we should be doing the industrial storage, not the smaller storage. never get better than tier 3 in the Dimensional Depot upload, so that's what we're going with for these. The fuel we're going to put all the way over here. That's going to be 40 per minute. Next to that, we're going to have polymer resin, which I believe we're producing within 60 per minute. 30 per minute, yep. Plastic and rubber are each 20 per minute. And then petroleum coke is 120 per minute. Tier 2. 20, 40, 80... What's polymer resin again? 30. 110. So this is never going to be higher than tier 2. Up 2. Do I want to reorder this? No, I think we're going to do, yeah, the 2 types of fuel sandwiched on either side, and then we're going to do the plastics. So we'll do polymer resin, regular plastic, rubber, and petroleum coke. Kind of accidentally color coding this as well. Okay, there's a bit of an issue here, which is that the... This just works as is. So nope. If we did it this way, there's no way. Spacing's not working out here. Can we half nudge it and get away with it? Not on either side. Alright, we'll do it this way then. And overflow will go to the left. this one's plastic. Turn this into rubber. And this one in plastic. And then that makes the conveyors a little nicer. Two. So this one, the fuel, this is not ready yet. It's not going to be ready yet. These just to make the lifts a little easier to work with. We just gotta bring these to the other side of the... pipes. Make overflow to the right on this side. Copy that to these. This will be to the left, and then they'll merge. Here. I thought this was tier 2. It's tier 3. Mark 3. That's not right. There we go. Okay. It's 40 plus 30, so that's already tier 2. Oh. Thank you for the stretch, Lily. No, that one's Mark 3 because that is... capacity of the belt right away. Okay, that's the whole sink. just have to get these in. That one's done. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. And there's the posture check. Since I've been parenting. On the default. Bring this out here. Unmedicated son at the moment, so more parenting required for his safety. Alright, that should do it. This is not the nicest logistics floor we've ever come up with. But it'll do. I don't want these signs to be both sides the way this one's set up. That should be all the logistics, right? I think so. At least until we get the rubber that we need for the packager. We can close this up. In time for the ad, too. We'll do a door wall here. Regular wall all the way down. We'll go on break, and then when we get back, we'll do power. Manual crafting. Damn fluctuators. Alright, see y'all in a few minutes. And welcome back, everybody. We have enough sand fluctuators? Speaking of, I am reminded there is a piece of this logistics that we're missing. These are dimensional depots. Dimensional depots. Petroleum coke will be last priority for these. Don't have enough Mercer spheres, so we'll come back to that another time. I don't know if and what we'll use the petroleum coke for. So it can be used as a fuel source. There's also some alt recipes, like for aluminum production when you get that far, that you can use petroleum coke for. That's the right spot for that. But we may end up skipping that for aluminum, depending on where we end up building aluminum. Oh. I'm gonna bring one of these over here. Here's one back. Okay. Power for that. We're also going to use that to power the packager when we get that set up. And I'm going to bring these all the way back. Looks nice and straight. Awful, terrible, flipping. Unacceptable. There we go. Okay. That's our spot. And that's it. Power it on. We're gonna do it this way. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Turn this into a door. Not that one, this one. Space over the wall. And foundations. Stairs. This does not look great. We can fix that easily. Just like that. Got some Z fighting on this wall right here, so we'll use the column trick to clean that up. Place the column on top, centered, and then replace the foundation with the reference point of the bottom of the column. And we've got production going. I'm gonna end up adjusting that because I don't like the odd angle on that in reference to the actual structure. I think having that over here, I'd rather have that over there than this over here. And the last piece, which is very important, railing for safety. Certainly don't want somebody slipping and falling off the edge. That would be a terrible thing to have happen. And then we turn these into asphalt. That's enough. Can we do our packager? We can do our packager now. Centered there, that's backwards. it that way? I think I want to do it that way. This. $40 of each coming in, 40 going out. Noodle, we've got horizontal to vertical. Curve does not look good. Noodle it is. This is over here now. That's it. This factory's done. And move the door over here again. Still. These spires, I really wish we could get rid of them. They are persistent. They don't even have collision. There we go. We should start seeing the polymer resins building up. Plastics building up. Rubber is already refilling. We don't have a petroleum coke uploading, which is fine. And then just our regular packaged fuel, which is already full, apparently. What do you say we see if we can find a Mercer sphere hiding around here somewhere? I think I found a Mercer sphere hiding around here somewhere. End of the drink. Yeah, I know. I did this a terrible way.
Follow the veins to the altar and chant.
Yes, I did just try to reload the radio. I think we're okay.
Sings the first symphony of the blood.
First, there was a whole involved process of evolution from single-celled organisms to mammals, rodents specifically.
Explosion.
And that's not even explaining the whole dinosaur extinction meteor making room for mammals to dominate the animal kingdom instead.
Multiple explosions.
I realized.
You know what? I will just compile a data package for you to look at later, because I don't even know where to start with the whole ape thing.
Harmonious explosion.
Neat. There we go. Now petroleum coke is uploading too. Efficiency of this is building up. 93%, 99%, 95%, 31%. We're not draining these fast enough. We're not powering this, so we're not actually making the fuel yet. There we go. There we go. Make sure we don't have too many bottlenecks that are stopping fuel production. 22%, because that's been sitting full. 96%. Should do it. I'm gonna spend some time this week to think about what I want to do as far as turbo fuel production. Since I now have... Oh, I don't have. What I would like to get, what I'll need to get at some point is... have these being uploaded. I've got a few of them, so that's good. But to be able to fill one of these storage containers up with it so I can use vehicle transport to send them back and forth. Something that will become obsolete in 1.2, but is not yet obsolete. I'm looking forward to those tanker trucks where we don't have to package the fuel first to transport it. Get a big guy somewhere. I think he might have gotten stuck in the water. I said there was another Mercer sphere nearby. There it is. Might as well grab them if they're here, right? So this is nitrogen gas here. Be necessary for upgrading to rocket fuel. Where is it? Oh, it must be down here.
Play. Play. Play.
Nope, we're out. Okay. Got enough uploaded. This is actually backed up now. I think we started with quite a bit of that uploaded in the first place. There we go. These are up to 100 now. Not this, though. $30, $60, $90. Miscalculated. Plus 60 is 150. It's the full overclock. Better. It's much more satisfying, if you will. Still not enough uploaded for these to back up. Plenty uploaded for this to back up. I guess it's not terrible to have the petroleum coke available. But I think this is where we're going to wrap it up here. So let's head back to base. I'll do some thinking this week about what my actual plan is for a turbo fuel facility, because I want a few things going on here. And then hopefully next week we can start on putting it together. I should break it down into more modular factories, something a little less ambitious than what I had in mind. And I think I don't want to put everything out on the water like I usually do. We're also going to see what we can start unlocking. And dump the inventory. We don't need all this on us. Do the unlocks first, and we'll dump the inventory. So under sulfur, not much we can do with that right now. So these unlocks are going to be great later on. Well, that we could do.
Pulse Nobelisk unlocked. This ammunition for the Nobelisk detonator generates a powerful shockwave capable of repelling nearby objects, including the user. Unrelated. Please ensure all your Fix-It liability waivers are up to date.
Alright, we need 75 fabric. Need more mycelia for that. Don't have any stored in here, do we? Nope. I'll be in a bit of trouble for that. That needs a chainsaw. Polymer resin. This one we can do right away. Oh, we need a lot more mycelia. We could finish this
Research
tree,
completed.
though.
Polyester fabric recipe unlocked. Using polyethylene terephthalate, production of a lightweight and strong fabric can be automated. It has many of the properties of naturally sourced fabric, and also amplifies body odor.
Alien tech, there's nothing we're doing with that right now. We can do the megafauna. And finish this tree up. Now we need 5 high-speed connectors. And finish the tree.
Hostile organisms added to the object scanner. Note, it cannot detect the species, only aggression. There are many creatures that dislike you, Pioneer. But I am your true friend.
$150 mycelia is what we need for that. Oh, we can do this easy. No reason not to knock that out.
Priority merger unlocked. Useful for prioritizing between inputs to avoid eventual stoppage. If you have an issue with stoppage somewhere else, consult a physician instead.
Thanks, Ada. Don't have enough computers for this. We'll get there. Alright. This stuff is going to require oil to take care of that. We're not messing with radioactive stuff, not for a while. That needs turbo fuel and ammunition, which is going to require... Yep, that will require oil. Not working on these. So the high-speed circuit boards are a little expensive. But we can get this set and going. Let's do the modular frames. Do the motors. Plastic. We'll go grab the cable out of the container. By the time we get back, we should have the motors and modular frames again. The jetpack is such a good upgrade. check in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're in wrap up over here. Just checking out the MAM and tier unlocks. I'm doing well. We got our very first oil factory set up. Just with basic production. We've got polymer resin, plastic, rubber, fuel, which we are currently using in our new jetpack we unlocked last stream, and petroleum coke. So motors, we have all 150. Modular frames, we have all 150. Launch that. Let's go find some mycelium.
Milestone reached. Manufacturers can receive up to 4 inputs for the production of complex parts, such as computers and heavy modular frames, but most importantly the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of Project Assembly. You are making good progress. The future is starting to look bright.
With one of the things we just unlocked was the ability to make fabric using polymer resin instead of mycelia and biomass. So we'll just take polymer resin and water. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. So with that and the rest of the tree unlocked for the mycelia, we will not need to gather any more mushrooms for the rest of the game. Where's the best place to find mycelia? Right out here. Already 106 of it gathered just with those 2 chainsaw hits. There is so much out here. Ow. Who's hitting me? Yeah, this is well past what we actually need. Yep, these things too. I've been noticing some of these are giving us silica as well. Which is a good note for early game if you're trying to collect silica. Come out to one of these rocky biomes and find the coral-like fungus that's growing. I think even these 2 rocks do it. Yep. Alright, yeah, look at that. We've got over 2.5 stacks of mycelia. do kind of wish I had a more direct route over there, but yeah, we're fine. I'll be quite the build you have set up. I don't know about that one, Kurt. Feels like a bit of a stretch. Feel like a pun token would be a pity token at this point. Did I not add it to the list? Oh, it needs raw mycelia. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Alright. And we've got enough for fabric here, too. Perfect. There we go. Alright. Let's finish up the mycelia tree, why don't we?
Gas Nobelisk unlocked. Chase away creatures with a damaging cloud of gas. Note: also harms unwary pioneers. Not for recreational use. Research completed.
Alright, I'll give you that
Gas
one.
mask and filter unlocked. Mycelia fabric is highly absorbent, making it more effective at toxic gas filtration than the standard issue Pioneer helmet. A pleasant pine scent is included. Gas filters require regular replacement for optimal safety.
Ooh, we did unlock computers. We have the ability to build the rest of these, and I think it's plastic that I'm missing for this. So that's another research that we can unlock. Let's see. Got enough of this producing now that we can actually start to unlock these. Oh no, we need that for computers. Rubber, on the other hand. Wait. Oh yeah, the pod's not back yet. Alright. You might notice that plastic that's coming in, that is our production rate, that's not our upload rate. Let's add this to the to-do list. You're almost done the quartz tree. Ethereum tree, these are slow to produce as well, so it's going to take a while before we finish that up. Geothermal generator would be nice to grab. This will have its use later. Oh, there's something else that I meant to do as well. We need to grab our summer sloops for this. So right now we're producing power shards automatically by dropping things in there. The thing is, the summer sloop provides us a unique ability to double the output of a production machine without incurring any additional input. And how many summer sloops are required is the same number of items that that machine can take as input. So one summer sloop, suddenly we can get 2 power shards for every blue power slug here. 4 for every yellow. And 10 for every purple. And we want that. We want that a lot. We can also double our protein production. So every piece of animal remains doubles how much animal protein we get from it. And then that double rate that we get can be doubled even further. What is this producing? This is producing biofuel. We're not worried about that. To substantially increase the number of tickets that we get from one piece of alien matter. Alien remains. Hey, why don't we clean this out? Since we're here... Hold on to those. Hold on to those, of course. This is all stuff that we are... I'm holding on to that for the sake of the research. This is just going to sort the power shards for us. We certainly don't need just a bunch of limestone. That's all from the chainsaw earlier. And we'll sink the coal as well. I don't know about that one either, Kurt. Trying to think of a good pun for the word devil, but I guess I can't come up with a single good one. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna give that one to you. There we go, look at that. And look at all of those shards that we've got coming through. We are going to find ourselves with more shards than we have Dimensional Depot at this rate. There's the alien DNA coming in. We can upgrade some stuff here. Hi, Bean. There we go. That'll empty that out a lot faster. Alright, we got our freighter back. We did not get our last computer yet. We'll grab that real quick and send that off. And finish up the quartz tree.
Radar tower unlocked. The tower reveals resource nodes and other useful information on the map in a set radius from its location.
Now we'll drop these in. And we'll just have to wait for those to fill up again. Stacks of 200, so we'll have 600 once that production is finished. Just make sure there's nothing else here that we want to start adding to. One last look, and then we'll hop into the hub and wrap up. And we know there's nothing in sulfur. That's upgrading the pipelines. These are going to be so much fun. But we have to ramp up our fuel, and then we have to work on this. Before we're ready for that. 12 days. 4 endgame days this stream. No deaths. We're gonna wrap up here. Well, thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you again, Cat the Possum, for the raid today. Very, very thankful for you for bringing your people over. As far as who we're gonna raid, let's take a look. Let me see. I think it's been a while since I've sent everybody over to Pablo, so we're gonna raid Pablo. Oh, that's the wrong command. There it is. Alright, so there's our raid message. Grab the first one if you are not subscribed, second one if you are subscribed. Just as a reminder, that is a followers emote, so you can use it without subscribing, but you can only use it here unless you subscribe. I do not have a way to grant you global emotes for Twitch. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. We will be live again tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. EDT, with our collab stream with Acorn. And then Friday again, I know Squid's dealing with some schedule shifts, so kind of playing it by ear on how that when we're going to start and what we're going to start with while we wait for Squid to be ready for Satisfactory. And then, of course, our regular collabs, or our regular streams next weekend, Minecraft and Satisfactory. Another reminder, I do have a Discord now. If you would like to keep in touch off stream, by all means, you can hop in. Thanks again for being here, and until next time, y'all have a good one.